All right, check me out, y'all, boy. This Junior channel, right, y'all, and you can see a whole lot of fishing, gardening, and building stuff. But on this first video, we garden mixing. So, I building a little trellis to grow some cucumbers in my backyard, and after picking the sunny spot of the yard, all I did was break the grass up, and then loosen the soil up. You don't want to plant directly on top of grass. Get them weeds out the way. And then loosening the soil up, what it do is it allow that water to flow a little more freely. We don't really like pat down soil in our garden. When you loosen that thing up, it let the water move through a little more freely. Good draining is good for your garden. You hear me? Good draining is good for your garden. All right. Now, I mean to throw all that vocabulary at y'all, boy, in the first video. I said trellis, but, to explain what a trellis is, the thing about a fence. If you ever seen, like, how vines grow along a fence and they grab on the fence, a trellis is just something that allow a vine to grow on it and grab on it. So I'm putting these cinder blocks right here over this, and I'm going to put some, I'm going to build a trellis up around it. And this dirt that I'm putting right, y'all, this is a raised bed that I got in this yard that I've been building, that I'm already working on. And it's some organic potting soil mixed in with some mushroom compost. So instead of putting the cinder blocks directly on top of that ground, I'm gonna just lay a layer of good soil down. Like, I don't know if the soil is good in that yard, but I know for a fact that that soil right there is good because I did that. I mixed it like that and I made it good. So I know that, right? So I told y'all the little 2x4s is slanted at the end. So when I put the cinder blocks next to each other, then put the 2x4s in there, I took the other side of that axe and I started beating them down. And I beat them into the ground a good bit, about a foot, because I wanted to be sturdy. As you can see, they ain't really moving too much. But even though I did that, I'm going to still, once I get them level like how you see right, y'all, I'm going to take this little piece of wood and lay it across the top. So it's going to really, really sturdy the thing up. So the post being in the ground make it sturdy. The cinder blocks being there make it sturdy. And then that wood right there make it even more sturdy. So we extra sturdy, you feel me? So after I do that right there, I'm going to screw it down. All right, so, just talking about the materials a little bit. These cinder blocks already been there, like I say, so I had to pay for them. I paid for this wood at some point, but I do a lot of building, so I got a scrap wood pile at my house. So I just brought a little 2x4 too and cut some down and brought them over here to do this. But as far as what I came out of pocket for specifically for this project, really just the seeds in the dirt. I already have all these screws too. These are decking screws. That's why I'm using these screws. I know they ain't gonna rust. So I already had a big old pile of these. You really ain't gotta use these. It's for when you doing the trellis, just something to wrap the string around. You could use tacks, anything to really wrap it around. If you want, you can take the string and wrap it around the post itself. Wrap it around the post if you got that string. I've been trying to be conservative, so I don't want to go around the post. Going around them nails to save me some string instead of going around the post back and forth. But anyway, after I got the screws put in there, got a bucket for that organic potting soil once again. I'm gonna just fill all them holes up, fill them up real good. We ain't about to pat them down or nothing. Just pour them in the hole and the stuff right, y'all. Good. If you ain't ever gardened before, make sure you got a pot, some holes in it. You try anything. You ain't gotta use no cinder block, any kind of pot. Make sure there's some holes in the bottom so you can drain. Get you a plant, get you some organic potting soil. As long as you water them, bro, I promise you, gonna grow. Make sure you get sunlight. Full transparency on this part, right, y'all? This is my first time doing where I put the seed starting mix in the pot with the potting soil. It's my second season gardening, and when I mostly do it from seed. I don't really like buying setups like that unless I just be lazy. But most of the time I do it from seed. So I have a small little pot with just the seed starting mix and the seed, and you got to keep it moist, because if you let your seed dry out, if you don't water that thing every day or twice a day, it ain't gonna germinate, and the seed ain't nothing gonna happen. So I just had this idea because I wanted to plant it directly into the garden. I don't think it's gonna hurt at all, but I was just trying to see if it was gonna make a difference. I was really doing the most, being extra doing this, but put it in there and keep it wet. If you don't, when you got them seeds in there, if you don't water that thing regularly and keep that soil moist, and that seed don't stay moist, it is not going to germinate. That thing is not going to grow. And you could be looking like, damn, what happened to my garden? You got to water it regularly. Some people say twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. I've been doing mine once a day, and, I've had success. So just make sure you keep it wet, man. And something that helps keeping it wet is dropping that mulch on the top. So every time you water it, that mulch on the top When that sun hit it, it ain't gonna dry the soil out so much. As you can see right here, just take a little bit and shake them across the top. Black mulch, but you can use whatever you have. Like I said, I had this sitting around the house. You know, little tip real quick. Y'all better catch that 4th of July sale. Lowe's bag of mulch be $2, but you know. So right here, no particular technique, man. Like just running the string back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is some old string I had from one of my crab. You know, I go crab and I put that chicken neck on the string. You know, put that little jump stick on the string and throw them in the water. So I use that. No particular order. Run it back and forth. And when them cucumber vines come out, it's going to reach out and just grab them. It's amazing how it works, man, you know. Nature do what it's supposed to do. It's going to grab on this. It's going to be real beautiful. And once it grow up nice and good, it's going to be cucumbers just hanging off the strings like it's supposed to be. And after tying this up, the last thing I did was water it down, bro. Soak it. Like I say, keep it wet. Soak it real good. Today, this particular day was a rain coming down soon, but I still watered it a bit, but I didn't water it as much because of the rain. But other than that, my one advice I give y'all, boy, after this project is make it taller. Make it like a foot or two taller because this is a little too short. And cucumber vines run long, so you want to make sure they got space. But appreciate y'all, boy, watching. Jeez. Follow my daddy channel. I follow my daddy's channel. So my daddy be fishing. My daddy be fishing. My daddy be in the garden. My daddy be in the garden. My daddy be building stuff. My daddy be building stuff. My daddy be teaching. And my daddy be oucha. Say my daddy be oucha. Look at the camera. Say my daddy be oucha. My daddy be oucha.